Hello. Yeah, today we have a speaking test. Are you ready? Tell me what's your name? How do you spell your name, Zoom? And how are you today? How old are you? Where are you from? Where do you live? What colors do you like? And what toys do you like? Tell me what do you want to be in the future? Yeah, and what do you like doing? For example, I say I like reading books. So what do you like doing? You like reading book too, right? Okay, so what's the weather like today? What's the weather like today? For example, I say, is it rainy? Is it cloudy or sunny today? Today is cloudy. Okay, so how do you go to school? Yeah, and what are you wearing today? Shorts. And what does your mother look like? What does your mother look like? My mother, my mother is small. And what does your father look like? My father is my father. Your father is your father short, tall, big, or thin? So what does your father look like? Short, really? So I think your father is tall, right? So what do you do on Saturdays? What do you do on Saturdays? For example, I say I play football on Saturdays. And what do you do on Sundays? I play football. And what animals do you like? And why do you like birds? Because because they sing. No, because they sing merrily, right? They sing merrily. Look at screen and say the word. Let's go. Look at screen and say the word. Busy, quiet. Grandparents. And tell me, where did you live? Where did you live? And where did you live? Where did you live? At night. Yeah, and what's the street like? And what's the village like? And what's the road like? And what's the city like? Big. Yeah, very good. Nice to say the word. Yeah, next one.
Friends, boys, girls, singing song, touching a hand, kissing grandparents, dancing around the fire, playing top of water, playing cupcake, telling a story, taking a boat, building a fire.
The next one, tell me, what are you doing?
I'm sailing a boat.
Sailing a boat. And what are you doing?
I'm riding a horse.
And what are you doing?
I'm skiing.
And what are you doing?
I'm
Skating. And what are they doing?
They are playing ping pong.
And what are they doing?
They are playing tennis.
And what are they doing?
They are playing ice hockey.
And what are they doing?
They are playing
Basketball. And what is she doing?
She is playing.
And what is she doing?
She is
And what are you doing?
he is
And what are you doing?
he is playing basketball.
Yeah, baseball. The next one, said with.
Dress, t-shirt, sweater, shirt, jacket, coat, skirt, top, jeans, shorts, shorts, shoes, boots, socks, sandal, guns, coat,
Blouse.
coat, leather, green t-shirt, hot coat,
Sweatshirt, hot coat. And next one,
winter, sunny,
weather.
red, sunny, rainy, windy, cloudy, foggy,
Stormy.
waterpark, bookstore, bookshop, supermarket, library, homework, yesterday, last weekend, hot, cold,
Yeah, next one, tell me, what's the weather like today?
it's raining,
What's the weather like today?
it's winter,
And what's the weather like today?
it's
And what's the weather like today?
it's hot,
And tell me, do you want to go to the food store?
yes,
Great. Great.
next one,
Do you want to go to the bookshop?
no, I can't,
Sorry. Sorry, I can't. And do you want to go to the supermarket?
yes,
And do you want to go to the bakery?
sorry, I can't.
Yeah, next one.
Play football, watch TV, sing karaoke, play computer games, read books, play board game, paint, compose,
Do puzzle.
make music, dance, draw, listen to music.
Yeah, next one. Tell me, what do you like doing?
I like playing,
And what do you like doing?
I like swimming,
And what do you like
I
doing?
like singing karaoke,
And what do you like
I
doing?
like reading books,
Yeah, next one.
play, glass, Harry Potter, car, train, motorbike, suitcase, suitcase, wheel, wheel, engine, engine, lazy, lazy, Japan, Japanese, the UK, British, the USA, American, French, Spain, Spanish, country,
Nationality.
those trains, select, and right, go, stop,
Cross the road.
left, green, the road, blue, comes,
Campsite.
now,
Think.
green,
Red. How do you go to school?
notice you by
How do you go to school? And how do you go to school?
notice school by bus,
And how do you go to school?
notice school by car.
Yeah, next one. Where you going?
I'm going to UK.
And where you going?
I'm going to
I'm going to Spain. And where you going?
I'm going to India.
And where you going?
I'm going to South Korea.
And where you
I'm
going?
going to to Japan.
Yeah, and what does it say?
It says stop.
And what does it say?
It says road trip.
And what does it say?
It says to right.
And what does it say?
It says to left.
Yeah, how can I get to the bookshop?
Road trip.
And how can I get to the supermarket?
To right.
How can I get to the cinema?
Left.
How can I get to the bakery?
To right.
Yeah, very nice and say the word.
Button pass. Button two. How
Great.
great. I know. Big. Button pass. Waiting. Waiting.
Barbecue. And were you at the library last weekend? Yes, I was.
Yes, I was.
And were you at a birthday party last weekend?
Yes, I was.
And were you at a barbecue last weekend?
No, I was.
Good job. And were you at a parade last weekend?
Yes, I was.
And were you last weekend?
I was waiting.
And where were you last weekend?
I was button pass.
And where were you last weekend?
I was a baby.
And where were you last
I
weekend?
was a
Great. Next one.
tall, short, slim, big, fat, brown face, short hair, long hair, biggest,
Big eyes.
small, long, handsome, beauty, pretty, old,
Pretty.
old, young.
Good job. Next one. What does she look like?
She is tall.
And what does he look like?
He is short.
And what does she look like?
Is slim.
And what does he look like?
He is big.
And next one. What does she look like?
She has short.
And what does she look like?
She has long hair.
And what does she look like? What does he look like?
He
Has.
long face.
And what does he look like?
He he has big ears.
Big eyes.
In the morning, at noon, in the afternoon, in the evening. Read books in the fall. Wash the
Dishes.
wash the
Clothes.
clothes. Watch TV. To have food. Listen to music. And read the book.
And tell me, when do you watch TV?
Watch TV in the morning.
And when do you watch TV?
Watch TV.
And when do you watch TV?
Watch TV in the afternoon.
And in the afternoon, when do you watch TV?
I watch TV in the evening.
In the evening. What do you do in the morning?
I wash the food.
And what do you do in the morning?
I clean the hall.
And what do you do in the morning?
Read the book.
And what do you do in the morning?
I
Wash
wash the dishes.
dishes. And next one.
Shoe. Soap and shampoo. Faucet. Swimming pool. Sink. Footwears. Play tennis. Rings. Computer. Watch television. Go shopping. Play at home. Reading.
We can. And tell me, yeah, where do you go on Saturdays?
We go to
And where does she go on Saturdays?
she go to the shopping center.
And where does he go on Saturdays?
He goes to the swimming pool.
And where does she go on Saturdays?
She goes to the cinema.
Yeah, nice one. And what does she do on Sundays?
She cooked the
And what does he do on Sundays?
things.
And what does he do on Sundays?
He watches things.
And what does she do on Sundays?
She
Da yoga. And next one, say the word.
and drive like broke down because neck, leg,
brave,
dense, beautiful, run quickly, go narrow, move quickly, this, those,
and tell me, what are these animals?
they are giraffes,
And what are these animals?
they are hippo,
And what are these animals?
they are lions,
And what are these animals?
they are crocodiles,
And next one, tell me, why do you like peacocks? Because they dance.
because they dance beautifully,
And why do you like giraffes?
because they run quickly,
And why do you like lions?
because they run long,
And why do you like birds?
because they sing well.
Sing merrily. Okay, thank you. Come and say goodbye.
Bye.